Take 94, the freestyle. The last Smartcast was Steam musings, and today feels like more of a musings day. I can't say that I've run out of topics. That's absolutely, positively not the case. Tino, the Tino take will never run out of topics. In fact, I have all these wonderful Smartcasts thanks to the Tino take. And I said it last time. I'm kind of worried that every time I come up like this freestyle might become a Smartcast. At some point, I need to stop though. But it's really nice. It's all for fun. It's all for creativity, the aesthetics. I mean, I really like how my D2 page looks now. And wow, Take 94. I mean, remember, guys and gals, this all started with the Tino take. I mean, if you go back into the past, and if you go back into all of the videos that I've done, all of the Smartcasts that I've done on DTube, you will see that in the beginning it's all a bunch of Tino takes, a couple of Curione Live, but it's all monotonous looking. Yes, I'm the same person, and essentially all of my Smartcasts are Tino takes because I'm just giving my take on things. But it's really nice to see the page become more colorful. My Smartcasts become more colorful, as far as the image is concerned, as far as the different titles. But today I was just looking around. I just finished answering everyone on DTube and in the Discord and on Steemit. And so now, now it's the moment where all of my upvotes have been dished out, and I can kind of sit back and dedicate myself to this moment of Smartcasting. Because as I've said before in the past, it's not a question of 10 minutes or 60 minutes. It's a question of the time of the day that I have available in which I can dedicate a moment to this passion of mine. For years, I've always dreamt of broadcasting. And so, thanks to Steemit and thanks to DTube and thanks to the technology, thanks to this Smartcast, thanks to this smartphone that I'm holding in my hand, I'm able to live out this kind of dream of mine. And it's a lot of fun. But Take 94, I mean, we're not that far off from 100, but consider, this is the thing that I thought about today when I looked at, because I have to go look and say, okay, which take am I on now? Because I'm doing so many Smartcasts. And I looked and said, wow, Take 94. I mean, I'm only six takes away from 100. But here's the thing. I have so many other Smartcasts that I do now and that I have done. I literally have hundreds of Smartcasts. I mean, technically, if I'm looking at, the numbers, I technically have hundreds of Smartcasts that have been done. And that's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. But the freestyle, why the freestyle? Well, number one, I got 10 minutes. Nobody's pointing a gun to my head now. I don't have 10 minutes because something's going to explode when the timer goes off. But I wanted to talk about ACOM, and I wanted to talk about AD Torrent's video about Bitcoin, what's happening with Bitcoin, and just all kinds of things. There's things that are fresh on my mind when I'm responding to people. I mean, I could start talking about extraterrestrials and the God hypothesis, and just, there's all kinds of things that are going on. And see, the one thing that I used to really love about the Tino take is that, I had 60 minutes to kind of relax and just throw all kinds of topics. Sometimes I would get up to like 10 topics written on, because what I do is right now I'm looking at my computer screen and I got my Notepad TXT up and I'm looking at, the issues, but there's nothing here. It's just the freestyle. And for those who don't know, in hip hop culture, you have heard probably the freestyle. Freestyle is just basically off the top of the head. Just how it goes. And the reason why I wanted to do that is not just to kind of, this isn't a filler. This is, it's one of those moments. Bitcoin is doing great, but I'm concerned about the security of the web. I have a friend of mine who just had his Steemit account, his Hive account, his Splinterlands account hacked. And they got in and wiped him out. Right now, he's in the process of trying to recover his Hive account and recover his Steam account. And it's just, you know, it just blows you back because you think to yourself, wait a minute. I mean, what kind of future are we going into? And everyone's excited about Bitcoin, and everyone's excited about the crypto space and this crypto sphere and how things are going. But we have to question whether we're moving into a financial system that is a lot more easily hackable than the traditional system. I mean, we talk about the security of the blockchain and how hard it is to hack the Bitcoin blockchain, and attempts were made, and, you know, to try, how can you game it? And, you know, and there's this hurrah when it comes to people saying, well, you know, it's just hasn't been hacked so far. But the question is, if as we move into a digital future, it's not important whether, well, it is important that the blockchain be safe and secure and unhackable, but the blockchain is not this abstract thing that exists separate from the internet. In order to access the internet, we still need our computers and our cell phones. And so the question is not, is the blockchain safe? The question is your PC safe? Is your computer safe? Is your cell phone safe? And yes, people will obviously answer and say, well, that's your responsibility to keep those things safe. But, you know, as we look towards the idea of moving towards mass adoption of the crypto world, not everyone is going to be so tech savvy, security savvy with their computers and cell phones. When you got hackers who are really highly skilled and can get into things, I mean, how long will it take before, I don't know, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people around the world have their accounts hacked because hackers were able to get into the cell phone or able to get into your computer? Because, I mean, that's where you have to go. You have to enter in your password. You have to enter in your keys. I mean, you have to engage the blockchain through the medium of computers or cell phones. But at that point, well, I mean, the safety and security of the blockchain is no longer an issue in and of itself. If one just looks at the blockchain, you have to ask, is your computer safe? And if you have 100,000, let's say, even if you have 10,000, if you have 10,000 reports popping up on TV and popping up in the news, you know, people lose confidence in the crypto space. And I think something like that may end up happening. I think the powers that be would obviously come up with something like that. Say, we're going to make our digital currency, and that's what they're doing. They're all trying to create their digital currencies for each for each country, but at the same time, they're trying to create a digital currency for the entire world. Why not look for different ways to discredit the cryptocurrency space by simply having hackers hack into thousands of computers or cell phones, not to destroy the central bank systems, but to destroy the credibility of the crypto space. AD Torrent put out a video, and this is what caused me to think about some of these things. I just want to give a quick note. I think we're really underestimating and we're really sleeping on Litecoin. Everyone's excited about Bitcoin, and they're saying, okay, and Ethereum is going to follow suit, and this and that is going to. I think we are really underestimating the powerful explosion that could happen in the Litecoin sphere. Now, I have no investments in Litecoin, so I'm not saying this because I have Litecoin. I'm into Steem, D2 Coin, and BNB for the Binance, because the Binance is doing some really amazing things when it comes to staking as well as crypto to fiat, because that's the end game, people. The end game is, if this crypto cannot behave like a fiat or cannot easily be exchanged into fiat, then the rest is just distraction. The rest is just us pretending that we have a financial system online, and we're doing our virtual role playing, and it's a game. Okay, it's a game. When your crypto can buy you some bread, as we say here in Italy, because the buying of bread is an expression of saying, putting food on the table. When your crypto can buy you some bread, when your crypto can actually work in the real world, in the same way that fiat works, then we're getting somewhere. So that's why I'm really, really big into the BNB. Steam, really big into Steam because I love blogging. Right? And I'm really, really big into D2 because I love smartcasting. And I've been having a really great experience in being able, this is all really evolved. In the crypto space, for me to be able to monetize my smartcasting, well, Litecoin can't compare with that. I have no use for Litecoin. You see, at the end of the day, crypto has to be useful, just like anything else in life. It has to have a usefulness in your life. And so even though I think Litecoin is great, I think Dogecoin is great. Dogecoin has an amazing future. Forget Elon Musk. Dogecoin is the future of small transactions. I think Tron and TRX will play into that space as well. But Dogecoin for small, tiny transactions with the small fees that you incur for transfer, I think it has a real future. But again, I think Tron will play a role in that as well, because I think TRX to TRX, wallet to wallet, you don't really pay fees. I think you consume some bandwidth, but the future of Bitcoin is not for the average person. I think mass adoption of Bitcoin is an illusion. Once Bitcoin hits 100,000 per coin, once you reach that 25 million mark of the distribution of the supply, it's going to be an investment tool for rich people. Okay? 100,000 per coin, the average person is not going to get involved in that. Trust me, the average person is not going to get involved in that. And I've been saying this for a long time. And by default, what's going to happen is that people who really want to get into the mass adoption of it,
Dimmi pupa.
Okay, now we have a serious problem. We have two problems. One, I have to cut this smartcast off. Yeah, okay, now here's the problem with smartcasting. When you're smartcasting on the smartphone and a call comes in, you're doomed. Your smartcast is doomed. I don't remember what the hell I was saying. Listen, people, thank you for enjoying this time with me. I was probably saying something really important that I needed to get the point across, but at this point, I'll have a listen back, and maybe on the next Tino take, I'll be able to pick up where I left off. I doubt it though. Listen, thanks a lot for the support, everyone, on DTube, on Steemit. Thanks a lot for taking the time to listen. I especially appreciate the people who genuinely take the time to listen, because as a smartcaster, broadcaster, podcaster, presenter, whatever it is that you want to call it, your passion for broadcasting comes with the idea that you hope in the future to have an audience, because you're not much of a broadcaster if you don't have an audience. But first and foremost, you do it for the passion. And second of all, you do it in order to build up an audience that hopefully one day you will be able to interact with. And number three, you earn some crypto. So there you have it. Thanks for listening. We'll catch up soon on another different Smartcast maybe.